Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to this business snippets, Monday morning business snippets with business coach Moloy. Okay, at the outset, let me welcome our viewers and our guests from Guwahati. The reason I'm saying this is I was in Guwahati the over the weekend, over Friday and Saturday, and we had a most amazing business masterclass on the Saturday with about 45 amazing entrepreneurs and people who have not been to Guwahati, people who have not understood it about that market. This is some market that we should all be looking at. There's some amazing business owners. There's some amazing ideas that are coming on. The youth of Assam are looking forward to starting the startups and scaling up their family businesses. And the heartening was of people who have been working in Kolkata and Mumbai, they going back to their hometowns in Assam to start an entrepreneurial venture. So it was truly an amazing and exhilarating feeling, and I welcome all of them because they are part of our group, our master group in WhatsApp, and we will be regularly in touch with them. And as I've committed to them that every month, at least for a day, I will be in Guwahati, meeting my clients, meeting other business owners, and sharing ideas and sharing knowledge and brainstorming about what else can be done. So today, day 10 of our business snippets, and the theme for today is how many of us are aware of the market that we are operating in. And I remember of a client in Kolkata at a very early stage of the coaching assignment. Uh, we were brainstorming on growth. So it was a generational business. The founder of the business and his daughter were in the business, were in the room, along with the sales teams and others. And we were brainstorming about where the next level of growth are going to come from. The first generation, the founder of the business, was pretty despondent, and he said that Mullah, where is the growth going to come from? The market is so cluttered, so much of competition. This business has been for multiple years stuck in single digit in crores, and the growth was not happening. And because cash was there was a cash outflow, the risk profits were reducing, and cash flow in itself was a big challenge. So this was a question that was thrown to me, that do you think that our business can ever scale up with so much of competition? Can we even think about growth, or we should we think about something else? Thankfully, before going in for that meeting, we had done some basic market study, and these are studies that are there available on in the in the public domain. Not necessarily these are 100% right, but I take it with a pinch of salt and say, okay, if what if this is a 75% accurate data? And we found that the size of the market that this client of mine was operating in, the size of the market in India was about $32 billion. And I asked him, and I threw a question back to him, and I've said that if what do you think would be the market share of any product in East India? And he said, for any kind of product that are regularly used and not very highly technical, etc., the market size in East India, and for East India, he defined it as West Bengal, part of Bihar, Jharkhand, and Northeast. And part of Odisha, sorry, and part of Odisha. So this was defined by him as the East India market. He says that any business should have about a 10% market share. And I said, what if I tell you that let's not look at 10%, be pessimistic and look at 5%? Do you think that 5% is a real number? And he says, certainly 5% is a real number. And I showed him that $32 billion, $32 billion, 5% is $1 billion. $1 billion, ladies and gentlemen, is 8,500 crore. Now, what are we doing with our business in a single digit where the market size is 8,500 crore? Forget 8,500 crore. Assume it's 800 crore, one tenth of that market. What is stopping us from growing from a single digit to a double digit over the next 2 years? This data point triggered a communication, a conversation that I had never have ever encountered with any of my clients till date. They started looking at opportunities. It was like all the barriers were broken. And thankfully, thankfully, the client accepted this idea of scaling up. And today, this year, as of today, for this fiscal year, we are certain of at least a double digit revenue target, revenue growth, which will be double of anything that they have done ever in their lifetime. The question that I have of all of you is, how many of us know the size of the market that we are operating in? When you run a business, you tend to tire out quicker if you don't have a goal. Your goal is only restricted to the next order and the next collection. You're not even dreaming enough for that exponential growth because you have no dream to fulfill. Do you know that Titan, which is the largest branded jewelry maker in India, with more than 80% of its revenue coming in from the jewelry segment, has only 6% market share in India's jewelry market? Only 6%. We all talk about Amazon, and we talk about Amazon more than we talk about Flipkart. But Flipkart's market share last year was 48% compared to Amazon's 26%. Flipkart in India was grossing at $23 billion in sales, whereas Amazon was doing about 18 to 20 billion. This is the reason why market share is very important. Market sizing, the three terminologies that we need to constantly understand. What is the size of, have I done my market mapping to start off with? If I've done my market mapping, what is my market sizing? And market sizing, what is my market share? And how do I, and most businesses, ladies and gentlemen, please understand this, most of us would be in the single digit market share. What is it that we should do to scale up about 50% growth in the next 2 years? Market sizing helps you figure out if your product is a worthy investment. You may have a great idea for a product, but if there are only 100 people who could be a potential customers for you, the population size is not worth the manufacturing, production, distribution, and for your product. And this goes out true to all those people out there, all those entrepreneurs out there who focus solely on product. You believe that you have a great product or a service and customers should buy from it. But your sale can happen, your next sale can happen only if there is an overlap between the customer's requirement and the USPs or the value propositions that the product is offering to you. Market sizing helps you estimate profit and potential for growth. If you know how many people your business has the potential to reach, you can estimate how much revenue it can generate. And this is a valuable information both for business owners as well as investors. Market size defines who you are marketing to and what are their needs. No business can succeed without marketing. Knowing your market size is the first step of understanding the target market. So let's look at a couple of terminologies that you should be aware of. Market size. Market size is the total market that is available to you where you could possibly sell. But as a business, you should be more interested in the total addressable market. Total addressable market is the maximum potential or customer base that a company could achieve if you were to capture 100% of the market. Now, total addressable market, and you use the word addressable market, is the market that you are targeting. Suppose as a business coaching firm, I am targeting Bombay, I'm targeting Kolkata, I'm targeting Guwahati, and I'm targeting Dhaka, and I'm targeting Ahmedabad. What is the size of the market that these 5 cities offers to me becomes my total addressable market, provided I'm assuming that I have a 100% conversion rate. My market size is all the small and medium businesses around the country, but the small and medium businesses who are my TG in these 5 cities are my total addressable market. And then you have the serviceable addressable market, which is part of TAM. SAM is part of TAM that aligns with the company resources, capabilities, etc., which with which I can go out and convert that 100% to a certain ratio. I say, okay, 100%, I need 1% of that market share. In 2007, Apple introduced iPhone. We all are aware of that. And the cell phone boasted of a full touch screen, personalization option, etc. Based on these innovative features, Apple built a reputation and a loyal fan base for the first year of Apple iPhone's release, earning a 3% market share. Today, Apple has 50% market share in the mobile phone industry, which means that half of the phone owners globally own an iPhone. So, what it means to increase market share and how can you do it? First things first, you need to find your niche and stick to it. You cannot be doing everything. You cannot be selling to everybody. Your company should have a few characteristics that should set it apart from a competition. Like Apple's logo and sleek design is seen as Apple's entire suite of products. Having that distinguishing brand characteristics, such as an Apple logo, enables people to identify your product. If you're able to create that brand presence, the reach and the acceptability will always increase. You cannot be a mass product. There are enough and more Me Too mass products. But if you really want to leverage on the market size, leverage on the market share, leverage on the TAM, leverage on the SAM, then you should be looking at how you can build on your niche. Second, understand your competitors. Too many people out there are not paying enough attention to their competitors. Understand what they're doing, understand the strategies, understand their target markets, understand what is their positioning, and how you can slightly deposition and reposition yourself. You cannot be doing exactly what they're doing because then you become their me too. Innovation. What has been your innovation? Things are changing very rapidly. If you're selling something, excuse me, if you're selling something that was existent in your product portfolio 10 years back, you're not innovating enough. Look at the changing market conditions and ask yourself, what is it that I should innovate to address this current market? Innovations are necessary to stay current in the industry and increase market share. Fourth, very important, engage with your customers. Customers know what they want to see. So one way businesses can increase the market share is by asking them. You can do questionnaires. You can get into conversations into what your customers wants to see in your business, and how are they going to help you grow your market share by buying from you more products than they have been offering buying from you in the past. Fifth, sometimes it's extremely difficult to add on new products from scratch. And you, at some point in time, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. So think about an acquisition. If you want to grow your market, there are enough and more players out there who are struggling either because of legacy issues, either because of cash flow issues. They're struggling and they're not able to scale up and they're looking at an exit. So go out and see whom can you acquire. So who would acquire? Companies who are looking at expanding the market share or expanding the suite of products are people who would go out and acquire. And finally, continue to delight your customers. You have to give them something more than they constantly want from you. What is your next delight step? Is something that you should always be looking at, because it's important to retain market share. It's also important to eat away somebody else's market share. Having such a high market share will have its own set of challenges. The customer's expectation from you will be very high. And looking at addressing this market share, you need to constantly upskill yourself. You need to constantly upskill your teams. You need to constantly focus on your marketing. You need to constantly focus on your innovations. But you cannot get away from the fact that if you want to expand, if you want to scale up, you need to look at these basic elements of business: market share, Or even if you go back one step, so market mapping. How many of us know about our market? Market shares, total addressable market, serviceable addressable market. If you're following these steps and having a strategy in mind to increase your market share, you're growing into an exponential growth, because please understand your market itself is also growing. So you will, in any case, get an organic growth based on the growth of the market. On top of that, if you're going to increase your market share, even by a couple of percentage points, you don't know what's the size of the business that you will have in 5 years from today. Ladies and gentlemen, these are exciting times. This is the decade of India. And there's so many players out there who are wanting to make use of this benefit, make use of this opportunity. We are there to help you. Anytime you feel that you need some advice, reach out to us. You don't lose anything by doing a 45-minute complimentary strategic call with you. I can only assure you, you will go back after that 45 minutes with deeper insights. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being there. Till next Monday, same place, same time. I will come back to you with another episode of Business Snippets. Keep responding to us, keep writing to us, and we shall be there at any point in time for you. Thank you so much.